I still want to be able to have my light source, you know, from my working light to shine into the palm, because you can see the majority of the shadow is on this side. And that's really important for me to, I want to have every opportunity to really see the value that I'm putting down. It's not going to do me a lot of good to really be careful and take it a little at a time so that I'm in complete control and I can bring a value up to what I think is just right for the balance, overall balance of the drawing at that point, because it's going to change. I'm going to see it differently as I get more and more value. But it's not going to do me a lot of good if I'm working in a shadow and I have this light way over here, and now you can see over on the other side. I know it's in the way, but now I'm going to have a different sense of how much value there is if I'm working in the shadow all the time. So I have enough light on in this room that it starts becoming a little bit hard to see that shadow, but it's still there. So anyway, I'm going to clean up a few things. Every once in a while I'll just jump in and I'll maybe refine a few strokes that maybe got a little separated there and wayward, and then I'm looking for, again, that contrast between these dimensional clean edges, having a chance to put a little darker value back in here. But when I'm putting the value here, this is what is going to constantly go on. I'm going to see that I'm starting to catch up with this. So that's the indicator. I don't want to lose the definition I have in these parts. I don't want to have this be something I'm going to have to figure out all over again because I just got so carried away taking the value up that I just completely obliterated all the detail and the edges of things. So when I do this and I'm getting that value in there, I don't want to go all the way across or I'm going to start losing that form. And I also want to jump in here now and I want to come up with another grade of pencil. The 2H is very limited in its range. It's quite hard, and sometimes it isn't going to be everything you need, but I like to use it every time I have a chance because it still gives me that incremental increase in value and starts helping me separate things. So I'm going to come in here again, and even though I may change it a little bit later, I'm going to reinforce that darkest, deepest part in there and do it in a way that doesn't overcommit me, but still stays in that same relationship that I want to show the difference. So then when I get these things like this, now I can start coming in here and looking for the other gradations that are going to be making up my contours. So already we have a tremendous contrast in value and in having a clean edge versus a contour. Remember what constitutes a contour. I can see in and out. Nothing is obliterating my view. Nothing's blocking it. So when I'm over here now, I can concentrate on having the ultimate in curve. I want to be able to make sure that I'm not coming over here and suddenly stopping. This is the patch exercise all over again, because if I come over here and I'm saying, well, I'm just going to put this in here, and this ends up by being quite flat, and then I stop suddenly, well, then I've created another competing dimensional edge to this one. And I don't want that here. I want this to be a contour. I want this to be round. And yet there's a core value to it. So I really want to make sure that I don't just make it a flat area. I want to always see a range of value. I want to always notice and have that as my goal. How can I make this contoured and round? Can I make this man with these subtle value changes look contoured?